everybody, it's Librarian Faith from the Mandel Public Library of West Palm Beach. And today, I'm going to be showing you how to felt a turtle duck from the TV show Avatar: The Last Airbender. Let's get started, shall we? You'll need a couple of things in order to do this project. Firstly, you'll need a variety of felts in different colors. I'm using mostly kind of tans and caramels, and then 2 greens for the turtle shell. You'll also need a foam block to felt on, and a felting needle. All of these items will be available in our grab and go kit for the month of May. Now the colors will be randomized, so you won't be getting these exact ones, but you will be getting 7 different colors to choose from. Now that we have all of our items, we're going to go ahead and start off by felting the body of our turtle duck. So we're just going to be making one kind of long oval. We're going to be using this lighter shade of the tan to do it. One thing to keep in mind when using felt is that you don't want to cut the felt if at all possible. You want to keep the fibers in their natural length and kind of style. I'm also going to be folding it on top of each other so I can keep the body roughly the same size. Then I'm rolling it together with my hands like so, just to get it to be together a little bit better. As you can see, this is a little bit bigger than what I originally wanted it to be, which is good, because when we start felting, all the fibers are going to compact together and get a lot smaller. So this is about the size we want. Then I'm going to take my felting needle and I'm just going to stab it hundreds of times. You want to be sure to turn it around, that way you can felt from all the way over so that you have a nice circle kind of shape, instead of just a flat shape. And I'm just kind of rolling it between my hands again to smooth out some of the fibers. And there we go. There's the first little part of our duck's body. Then we're going to take some of this extra fluff and we're going to make another oval for the head. I want it to be about this shape, yes. I'm going to roll it between my hands again, just to get some of the fibers to say hello to each other. Scrunching it up a little bit. And we're going to start stabbing again. Be very careful with this needle, it's extremely sharp. And the more you use it, the sharper it gets. Okay, now that I have the head the size that I want it, I'm going to go ahead and connect it to the rest of the body. I'm just going to kind of stand it on top of each other and start stabbing down through, connecting the 2 pieces. Okay, now we have the body and the head joined together. Now we're going to take this slightly darker shade of the wool and we're going to use it to make these 2 stripes on the duck's body. So again, we're going to peel off just a little bit of it. About this much, let's say. We're going to fold it, short the thinner ends together in the middle, and we're going to line it up on our little duck. We want it to go all the way around. About like so. And again, we're going to stab it a million times. Okay, now we have that first little band going around the body. Now we're going to add another band going from eye all the way around to the other side of the duck. These are patterns that you see on the original turtle duck on the television show, so I'm just trying to mimic that in my felting to make it look a little bit more accurate. Around. Other side, looks about right, so we'll go ahead and start stabbing again. And you can guide the felt wherever you want it to go. And use your needle and be kind of picky about the placement. Pulling over the felt when needed to get it exactly where you want it to go. And you don't have to go all the way through the piece that you're felting while you're felting it. Like, see how I have it nice and felted on this side, but when you flip it over, it's still loosey-goosey? That's totally fine to do. Okay, now we have the little strap on the back of the head. Perfect. So the last thing we're gonna do before we start on the turtle parts is to make a little beak for our duck. A little bill, rather. So we're just gonna take a little tiny amount of felt, fold the ends into the middle like we normally do, and just kind of roll it up into a little ball. And we're going to get this nice and tiny. So you see the bill isn't all that big. I'm using a slightly darker color for the bill this time just because I think it'll look a little bit better. I will admit I'm definitely a beginner felter, and it's entirely possible what y'all create will look far better than mine, likely even. But I just wanted to show you some basic techniques that I've learned over the years and how to apply them so you can get started felting on your own. Okay, so I have it at about the right size, so now I'm going to go ahead and attach it to my duck. This part's a little bit tricky. I like to put the head down on the side of the felting block and kind of stab in from up above, just to help get those fibers nice and attached to each other. I'm going to reshape the bill just a little bit. Okay, so now we have that first part of the duck done. Now we're going to add in the turtle elements, namely the turtle shell and then the eyes. So first, I'm going to take the darker shade of green, I'm going to peel off a little bit, and you're going to want to first make a flat little circle disc. Remember, when we first roll up the felt itself, you want it to be bigger than how it will eventually end up on your duck, because the felting process makes it shrink. So do it about like that, and we'll just keep stabbing again. We're going to flip it over. So you can probably tell, felting is a little bit of an arm workout. My forearms were sore for quite a little bit after doing this first one. But now we're going to go ahead and take our duck and we're going to add on the turtle shell. We're just going to put it nice and even Steven in the middle of the back. And then we're going to felt that onto our duck. Careful of your fingers. I went down the middle of the back first while felting this part, and then I'm going around the sides, just to make it a little bit easier to hold on to. So I'm going to felt the head together a little bit more to the body. Worried it might be getting a little loose. Okay. So now we have the first part of the turtle shell on the duck. Now we're going to use the lighter green. We're going to make an even smaller circle just to put on the middle to give it a little bit more dimension. And we're going to stab it. Okay. And then we're going to line it up in the middle of the turtle shell. We're going to go down the middle, felting it into the turtle shell, being careful of our fingers. And then we're going to go around the sides, securing it in onto our duck, our turtle duck. Okie dokie, and now for the last little part. We're gonna add on 2 eyes. Now for the eyes, you just need the barest little bit of felt, because we want them to be nice and tiny. Or if you want to do giant cartoon eyes, that's your option too. It's your prerogative. We're rolling it together in our hands to make a little ittle bittle dot. We're gonna line it up wherever we want it to be on our duck. We're gonna stab once through with our needle, a couple of times with our needle, just to get it kind of onto our animal. And then we're gonna use the needle. We're gonna pull the felt back into the center of the eye. Make sure it stays nice and small. And we're gonna go around the edges, make sure it's all there. And there's the first little eye. And I'll go ahead and add on the second. Again, you don't want to use your scissors to cut the felt if at all possible. Just pull out a couple little fibers with your hands and roll them together. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller on our mat. Fold it over a couple of times. And then situate it where we want the eye on our duck. Stabbing it straight through the middle just a handful of times to get it nice and familiar with the duck. And we're going to use the tip of the needle and pull the felt into the middle of the eye. Made this one a little too big, but oh well. Handmade items will do that, have their own little kind of quirks to them. And now we're done. We have our hand-felted turtle duck. Aren't they two adorable little buddies? I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to tune back in next week for another one. And be sure to check out all the fantastic programs we have during our May the Fandom Be With You event here at the library. And check out one of our grab and go kits in order to get a felting kit all your own. Happy creating and see you next week. Bye-bye.